Hello, everybody. Welcome to Legends Roadwork. Woki and I are back again today to talk about everybody's favorite character, Ribrianne. Now, even though I remember people saying that they didn't like her very much, all of a sudden she's everybody's favorite.
Oh yeah. To be fair, I wasn't. Again, I was not watching Super, so I just saw. For what I saw was just let's call it what it was: bullying. A lot of people hating
Slander.
on this independent big woman that has only wants to share love into the world. And I know that I am the founding member of No Fat Chicks, but let me tell you right now, Ribrianne, the one fat chick allowed in No Fat Chicks.
Ribrianne is the reason no other fat chicks are allowed because she's all you need.
Exactly, she is the kaiju-sized fat chick that we all need.
The kaiju chick.
Exactly. Kaiju chicks allowed.
All right, so if you hadn't already guessed, the first unit we're going to be talking about for the big lady scale today is going to be the big woman scale. Is
This is a gigantic woman.
Yeah, this
This
is the
is
the large lady scale, as it were. Is Ribrianne.
and a worthy adding to the scale. Why don't you break down what she does? Because I think it's almost unbelievable what she does.
Okay, so her main ability is she draws an ultimate. First of all, it's called the Song of Love and Victory, which is pretty great on its own.
Mm-hmm.
And she draws an ultimate card. The attack, of course, is called Ribrianne's Eternal Love. It inflicts all enemies with the no switching debuff for 10 seconds, so the same thing as like Green Bardock. Plus, she gets an
Mm-hmm.
ultimate out of it.
Yeah.
Her unique
The only
abilities.
difference is that she has 10 more timer seconds because of it. Green Bardock is 15 timer seconds, I think, and then hers is 25.
Yeah, still not bad though.
Not bad.
Her unique ability, her first one is the Advocate of Love. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Reduce damage received by 30% for 15 seconds. Afflict all enemies with the downgrade 30% to strike damage received for 20 timer counts. Her other one is a Maiden's Rage. 30% to her strike damage inflicted per defeated battle member, and an additional 25% to damage inflicted per defeated female warrior tag member. So that's like, what the fuck? What is that?
That is
110%?
it.
Is that what is my math that bad? I think that's
Yep.
110%.
And all you need is for two female and obviously like I think let me actually take a quick look at what Rage Vegeta gets when both members are down because I almost want to say this is better than
I think
units that are
Rage Vegeta
built
gets 100%, if I remember correctly. So it's either slightly better or about the same. One of the two.
either. Yeah, and he's built on this specificness is the idea of like he has to be the last one alive.
To even have any
uh
value, yeah, and she does not.
yeah. Okay, he gets 70% to strike damage inflicted, reduces damage received by 50% when there are two allies on him. Obviously, he gets a lot of more, but she does more damage. He gets a bunch of like restoration to the health and ki and
He
stuff,
gets like
but the
defensive
thing that
buffs.
matters,
Yeah.
the thing that matters here is the pure, unending damage
The
that
pure,
Ribrianne is doing.
unadulterated terror of Ribrianne's attack power. Alright, so then her special
It
attack
is,
is the Pretty
yeah,
Cannon. 15% damage to her damage inflicted for 15 timer counts as a self buff, and it has a 50% chance to inflict paralyze.
not bad.
Pretty good. Her green card is the Lovely Pose, and it's actually, you've seen it, right? It's pretty great.
Uh, yeah, so I have Ribrianne, and the best thing about it is that in you can call me whatever you want. I don't care. I have to bring it up. It's the fact that they animate there's boob physics on it. So when you use it, both of you have to watch it basically,
So
and
I'm
it's
glad they
fantastic.
gave our kaiju lady titty physics.
And she's the first one to have them because I want to say Khalifa doesn't have them. No one else has them.
Oh my
But
god. But
it was
Ribrianne
too
has
big
them.
too big to ignore. Too big to fail is what they described Ribrianne's chest as.
And when she uses it, it inflicts all of the enemies with the attribute downgrade plus 30% to their damage received. So it's instead of buffing her, she debuffs all of the enemies. So the whole fucking enemy team takes 30% more damage. So even if they switch out, doesn't matter. Still getting fucked up.
They they all saw the pose. They all know what's up.
They all saw the jiggle physics.
It's like I'm never seeing that again.
I can't get rid of those jiggle physics out of my brain. Her ultimate
No.
attack from her main ability is the Ribrianne's Eternal Love. It destroys 3 cards of the enemy hand and has a 70% chance to inflict paralyze. 70%. What the
That's
fuck?
basically guaranteed.
That's
It's pretty
so
easy to
much.
inflict it with 50%.
That's so much.
And yeah, it's this is, and also it's the ultimate actual dick kick is destroying 3 cards randomly.
Oh god, and her held cards that she brings into the battle is 2 fucking strike cards.
Yeah, she's, which is funny because a lot of female warriors is mostly blast based from what I can remember.
Except
I
for
want to say Vidal's
Caulifla.
maybe.
Actually,
I
no.
mean, in terms of what they bring in. Well, to be fair,
Oh,
I haven't used. I wasn't able to. I've never been able to pull Kale, so I actually don't know what she brings with her.
Caulifla also brings double strike. Kale brings.
Hmm.
Kale, I think, is 1-1. Yep, she's 1-1. Android 18, I know, is based around strike, but I think she brings double blast cards because this game is stupid. Yeah, she does. She brings 2 blast cards, even though her entire kit is built around doing strike damage.
Yeah, that I believe that was from what I understand from a bunch of D3 videos. Is he's the only other person who goes this deep into female warriors. That was during a time when the way to balance a character was to make them strike base and then give them 2 blast
Fucking blast
cards.
cards, yeah. And Videl also brings double strike. And Saiyawoman,
Okay.
Great Saiyaman 2, also brings double strike. So a lot of double strikes on these ladies.
All right. Pretty good.
Lots of
But
fists
yeah,
getting thrown by these ladies.
about damn time. And her art, if you have not seen it, is it's pretty great because when you hold it in, she just makes unending love. So it's just a never-ending cycle of just you getting a bunch of hearts from Ribrianne.
That's great. Oh my
And I believe
god.
they transform because in the forefront is the her, I'll say Ribrianne Unkaiju, and then her 2 other friends that I don't know the names of, and then they have their transformed form.
Oh, so it's Ribrianne in her Sailor Moon form, and then in her Pacific Rim
Yes.
form was what you actually play as.
Yes, yes. It was bold of them to not release her and then make her a transforming unit, and I respect that. I
Oh
respect.
yeah, I 100% respect the pure Ribrianne. No transformations needed.
No. I also like the fact that this background, by the way, if you look at it, it looks like a James Bond opening.
It does. Oh my god, it totally does. A fucking Ribrianne, colorful ass giant lady.
Fuck, now I feel like I have to do that at some point. We know I forget it.
Ah!
I'll figure something out if I ever make a Ribrianne video. That
And
will
at
be the
5
opening to
stars,
it.
she's a double defense booster because of course she is.
Yeah, she's defense booster. I also like that. Up until I guess the most recent Rising Girl banner, girls had a problem with the fact that Caulifla was kind of their main strike unit, and Zamasu was a problem. And so whenever you ran female warriors, it would take fucking forever because the only agility unit you could bring was either Android 18 or Bulma. And Bulma, as much as I liked using her, is not going to get the shit done
This
that you need.
disrespect to Pan.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, you have to also use Pans. There you go. So even Pan is like based off of like I don't know. Pan is nowhere near the strike force that is Ribrianne. Is what I'm
No,
trying to
nobody
say.
is. Ribrianne is unmatched, unrivaled.
No, and she is extremely powerful, and I think they made her this way specifically so that when people do use her in PvP, they get angry at the fact that they're about to get their ass whooped by Ribrianne. I already had a guy early forfeit to me after Ribrianne took down 2 of their dudes. After he took down she took down Broly and then she took down Gogeta with the Rising Rush.
That is fantastic. I love this. I love everything about this.
It is it is so good. This is everything I want out of a fighting game that is Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Super. All of them together is the fact that this character can come in and automatically be a force to be reckoned with the likes of Gogeta and Broly.
That's just It's quality, really. That's what it is.
It is. And I also think it's really funny because I knew for a fact this was gonna fucking happen because this happened with the first Female Warriors, the Rising Girls Volume One, as it's called. Um, People said it was a hard skip, and then it became one of the best teams in the entire game. And then Volume Two came out, and all they saw was Ribrianne and Great Saiyaman 2 on the cover, and they said, "Oh man, this is such an easy skip." And I was like, they're about to just fuck up this entire PvP meta. They're about to make Ribrianne a monster."
You were
And they
right.
did.
They sure fucking did. She's a demon. God, there was a video. I don't remember who put it up on Twitter. It might have been D-Free. That was Ribrianne just melting Yellow Cell in like 3 hits.
Yeah, he
Just
it
fucking
wasn't his video, but he
destroying
did
him.
show it off.
So
It
good.
is unbelievable
It's
how
so good.
strong she is. And also there's so much synergy on like female warriors. Like it's actually kind of disgusting the amount of female warriors that are going to come in and immediately are like, by the way, if you just are running female warriors, like they also get buffs. So for example, if you switch into Ribrianne, she also gets the buffs from switching into Ribrianne.
God, and that's right. This team is really good for Mai, who is like the queen.
Exactly. She has someone,
Oh, hey,
and
I'm doing
also,
single summons, and I just pulled EX Bulma.
oh, okay. So that's the other one. Is that I would say EX Bulma is also a monster to be reckoned with.
Well, the good news is she is coming up later on our scale. But first, what are your thoughts
Yes,
about Ribrianne?
I think for this woman, for her to come in, for the Legends team to for one thing,
Oh
realize
my
that we're
god!
very close. What just happened?
I just did a single summon after I got EX Bulma, and I got Ribrianne.
Did you get Ribrianne?
Yes!
Nice. You know what? Fuck it. 10 out of
10
10.
out
10
of
out of
10 on the
5.
big boy scale.
The
10 out of
the
5.
big lady scale. The big lady is
The
here.
large
The
lady
fat lady has
scale.
come to sing, and let me tell you, it is a song of love, and I love her and everything about her.
Oh man, I like Legends again.
Legends is so good. You
Uh,
seriously, I don't care. I don't care that there are people who absolutely hate Ribrianne. The people who hate Ribrianne are not as good as the people like me who are okay with Ribrianne and like the idea of beating people with Ribrianne.
Seriously, my favorite thing in this whole game. So you know how when you're doing combos, you hit them away and then you dash up and sidestep like in their face before you use your next card?
Yes,
Hers is a fucking pirouette. So she
she
flies in your
pirouettes,
face and dances on you. And then
which is
kicks
something
the
we
shit
did
out
not
of you
mention,
more.
but yeah, it had to be brought up. It is fantastic. Everything about her is amazing.
She might be my favorite card in the game.
Pretty easy. It's pretty. You know what? It might be. If it's Maya at number one, and then Ribrianne's at a close second.
Oh my god, I can't believe that I got EX Bulma and Ribrianne on stream. They're not on stream, but while we're doing this. Pretty good. Pretty great.
Nice.
I'm in a good mood
Pretty
now.
good.
Let's move
Yeah.
on.
It's suddenly
Ribrianne's
Legends
final
is.
score was 10 out of 5, is that right?
Yeah, it's a 10 out of 5. It is. It's so putting ours together. That's a 20 out of 5.
20
from
out of 5.
Ribrianne.
Oh, right. When we go over 5, they get added together.
Yeah. I think we've never told it before. The reason is that once a character breaks the scale no longer works properly.
Yeah, the scale is
So,
no longer applied in a normal way, so they just do whatever they want.
exactly. It makes perfect sense.
All right, so next on the list is the Great Saiyaman 2, whoever that is, because I can't tell. She's in a mask. I have no clue who that is.
We have no idea who this could be. This seems like a very just mysterious woman.
Mysterious superhero woman.
I mean, she says she's a woman, but her name is literally Great Saiyaman. So who knows?
Saiyaman 2, so yeah, that's questionable.
Exactly. It's a. You know what? I respect the mysteriousness.
I don't want to get into trans rights on Legends Roadwork.
Yeah, no,
so
that's why I stopped myself. It's like, how far can I take this without being a shitty person?
Oh man. All right. So her main ability is she draws a special arts card. So not an ultimate. She draws a 50 key super. She does plus 15% to her own damage inflicted, minus 10 to her own strike cost, and minus 10 to her own blast cost. And only 10 timer counts have to elapse to use that. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Her unique abilities, first one is the Hammer of Justice. Pretty awesome name. Plus 40% to strike damage inflicted against tag Lineage of Evil, which I guess. I guess it's just because she's a superhero. I don't see what part of Saiyaman 2
Someone
needs
said
to
it
be
has to do with
anti-Frieza.
yeah, I think someone said it has to do with the movie she comes from
But the movie she comes
because I
from is
think she.
Farudagard.
Okay, maybe that's just full shit. I don't know.
I
I
yeah. Oh,
actually
I
don't
saw
know
that
then.
post. That guy thought that Saiyaman 2 was in Fusion Reborn, where Gohan fights Frieza in
Oh.
the Saiyaman suit, but she's not. It's Videl is just in street clothes in that movie. Great Saiyaman 2 only appears in Wrath of the Dragon.
Hmm. But then my only guess is because Metal Cooler's coming, and his hard counter is going to be this one Saiyaman.
Very possible. I'm assuming it's just I just thought it was a clever like she's a superhero, haha, fuck evil. Um,
Yeah, it could also be that.
yeah.
It could work many ways.
Either way, yeah. So uh, her she also gets plus 10% damage inflicted per battle member when she enters the battlefield. So I guess she gets 20% if everyone's alive,
20%?
and then an additional 15% per purple battle member that's alive when she enters. So on girls, that's really only Khalifa, I think, or maybe EX Mai.
Yeah. So, yeah, read more into her, and I think this. She's very weird. But
Well,
continue
to
on.
my understanding, she exists solely to make the free-to-play Saiyaman better. Um, her second
Kind
one,
of. Mhm.
go ahead. Okay. Her second one is she nullifies attribute downgrades up to 3 times on herself, and she has 30% to her own key recovery for 15 timer counts whenever she enters battle. So that's pretty good.
So she's like a mini Super Saiyan God.
Kind of, yeah. Her special attack is the Justice Strike. Deals major impact damage and inflicts the enemy with the attribute downgrade -1 to their card art draw speed for 20 seconds. I like ones that nerf card art draw speed. I think that's a very
That's
underrated
very good.
ability. Yeah. And then her green card is plus 15% to the strike damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Increases art's card draw speed level by 1. So she'll reduce yours and then increase hers. I like that. I like when characters can do
Again,
that.
very consistent with what she's doing.
Yeah. She's not fucking around. And then she brings 2 strike cards to battle, which is nice. And at 5 stars, she buffs both the purple element and the female warrior tag. Now, it's interesting that before she gets to 5 stars, she only buffs the purple element, but she is red. So literally, she is there, 1, because Great Saiyaman 1 is purple, and 2, she literally goes on those fucking mono purple teams that need a red on them to break like yellow enemies, and she buffs the fucking team.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's kind of what more. It's weird because I really do think that she's more on the side of like actually she's maybe built to be around mono purple, but not actually female warriors at the current state, just because it's only Khalifa that she teams up with. And if you get her, you're not gonna. It's gonna be depending on what your setup for female warriors is, and this is mine specifically, so maybe this is my fault. But I already have a female on the team that can only buff herself, and that's Mai. And then Great Saiyaman also can't buff herself until she's 5, so she's really not helping the team much overall unless she's around 5 stars. And Mai is very similar. The difference is that Mai can at least buff herself.
Yeah, she
And
definitely feels like she's built more for Great Saiyaman than she is for female warriors. Definitely.
yeah, yeah. And again, I said it when she was released, but I blame Gohan for her being this way, for her not being female warriors and purple maybe at the start. Maybe that would have been
Gohan, you
smarter.
bastard.
God damn it! Why can't she would have been? She would have been pretty great on female warriors, but being kind of, and she still is. She still is, but being limited to being at 5 for her to get any buffs, for her to get a full range of team buffs, which would be, I guess, ideally 6. Like she always will start with 5, and when she comes, if she's not 5 star, then she's not contributing to the team overall.
Right.
Which, in the grand scheme of things, isn't the worst thing in the world, but
I mean, I
every
think
little
it's
bit
okay too,
helps.
just because I mean they already have a really great red with Kale, so It's not that big. And hey,
Yeah,
B-Pan is
yeah,
red. Yeah, that's and
yeah.
Caulifla, base form Caulifla is red.
So what I'm saying, there's a lot of heavy competition for being the red on female units,
Yeah.
and she needed to really strike it out of the park for her to even match BPAM. And I think it's she's entering the same league as EX Khalifa, who is very big, but she also does not actually buff
Doesn't
female
actually
warriors
do
at all.
anything to the team. Yeah.
No, is very greedy. She only buffs herself and nothing else.
And Kale.
Yeah, Kale is still, I think, one of the. If you can't have BPAN, which is extremely hard to get, then you should go with Kale.
Yeah, I think Kale's really great still. But
Yeah,
so what do you
yeah,
think
definitely.
about Great Saiyaman 2?
Well, let's see. I think some of her art's pretty good. I like the kind of I like her pose, and then I also like the background to her pose. It's a very like Sailor Moon esque look, especially with like the nighttime view of her and Gohan in the background. Uh, I think that's really nice, and it sparkles very nicely. And the moon's in the background. It's very romantic, is what I'm trying to say here. I also like that her helmet kind of makes her look like she's ready to pilot Red One in Star Wars at any point. She's ready to join Red Leader, but I feel like around a 4 out of 5 sounds about right. I've only because she's kind of like, if you're going for a Saiyaman purple only all team, I think she's fantastic, but it's kind of hard to build that if you don't have one Saiyaman and two Broly, which is I would assume would be the two characters you would want for that team.
Yeah, probably.
And then I guess you could also run Khalifa and stuff. But that's how I feel. 4 out of 5.
Okay. I'm probably going to give her a 3.5 out of 5. That could go up later. Right now, I feel like she kind
Yeah.
of has like borderline crippling over specialization. That like,
She's too niche. She's
yeah,
a niche of a
she's
niche of a niche.
yeah, because like you could bring her on mono purple and like, wow, you have your red, but like Broly does that fine already. So
Yeah.
are you really
And then
are you
when
gonna
you
not bring the actual good point character Broly for a Frieza team counter that because the Frieza team totally exists all the time now? Like,
yeah, it
I don't
just
know,
does,
man. I'm not down with it.
especially when she also has a lot of other competition in red in general. Like you got the Fury Broly, you got Zamasu, you got Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, you got Super Gogeta. It's just a lot of dudes who you could run as like that spot specifically, and everything would still be like she runs into the problem of being too niche, and also her competition is pretty fierce for her niche for some reason.
Yeah, yeah, I'll go with that. That sounds good.
Yeah, so 3 out of 5, 3.5 out of 5 is basically the rundown on
Yep. 3 point,
Great
3.7
Saiyan
out
Man
of
of the
5, I believe. Because you gave her a
Oh,
4 and I gave her a
3.7. All right,
3.5. Yeah.
3.7.
Not too bad.
3.7.
All right, so we have
Yeah.
2 more to go on the large lady scale for today before it morphs back into the big boy scale. Well, I guess just one more for the
Mm-hmm.
large lady scale is EX Yellow Youth Bulma. I like how they didn't change her art so they didn't have to make a second Bulma render.
No,
Same as the
but
blue
also
one.
yes, it is basically the exact same Bulma. There's no, for some reason, is the only Bulma. There's actually two Bulmas that I see usually used, and a lot of it is because of Dokkan. It is Hella Guns Bulma, and then it is in a bikini Bulma. Those are the only Bulmas I ever see get represented in a fighting context. But usually they're packing heat, is what I'm saying.
Yes, they are. So let's talk about Bulma. Her main ability is she draws a special arts cards. That's a 50 key super. Then she restores her own key by 50. Then she takes away 50 key from the enemy, which is really good in my opinion. And it only
Yeah.
takes 10 seconds for her to get that. So she draws a super and can use the super and steals half your key gauge
No,
in the
it
first
is
10
not a
seconds.
super. It is not a super. She gets the Hoi Poi capsule. That's what she gets.
It does. The website says special arts card, which is the super attack.
No, I've used her. She gets the Hoi Poi capsule, which is actually way better than getting the special.
Yeah, because her
But keep
special looks
reading
kind of
and
bad.
yeah, the special is bad. The capsule, insanely good.
All right, well let's get there. Her unique abilities are the following effects occur when the character enters the battlefield: -5 to own blast arts cost for 10 timer counts, plus 40% to blast damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. Her second one is plus 40% to blast damage inflicted when the tagged female warrior is a battle member. So for the first 20 seconds that she comes into battle every time, if she's on a female warrior team, she gets 80% increase to her blast damage, flat, to anybody.
Yes. Just she has it right away.
All right, so there's no special effect on her super attack, so let's talk about the Hoi Poi capsule. Holy shit. Okay, so draw a
Yeah.
Blast Arts cards next. Also, one of the following effects will occur randomly. You will get plus 30% to blast damage inflicted for 30 timer counts, plus 50% to own critical rate for 30 timer counts, or plus 70% chance to inflict paralyze upon landing a Blast Art card for the first 30 timer counts. That's really good. That's like very good.
Mm-hmm.
And it only costs 15, so that's a lower cost in green.
Yeah.
And then there's like a chart of power levels of the move that I don't fully understand. Oh, that's for leveling it up, I think, in the sphere gauge or whatever.
So it can go down to 11 cost.
Yeah, that's very good. And then also her Blast Arts card have bleed on them, because why not?
And she also just includes a bleed card into the deck so that there's always a blast bleed.
Yep.
So let me tell you about my experience of using this Bulma, which has been my current experience, which is getting her main ability, already having a Hoi Poi capsule, using a Hoi Poi capsule, then using another Hoi Poi capsule, having a full range of card art still in my hand, drawing a Dragon Ball because the Blast Art cards can be a Dragon Ball, and then having 60% blast card damage on my blast. And that's not including the already 40%, and that's not including the 80% she already has from the beginning until 20 timer counts.
That's pretty goddamn crazy. To just get 80% like that.
Yes. So here's the thing: is that even if she doesn't get the 30%, she has a chance of getting. Let's just say you use 2 and you don't get 2 blast cards. You still have a chance of getting 2 50% crit chances, which would mean you have a 100% chance to crit just nonstop.
She's the new Turles.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And also, she has if you get too paralyzed, she has a 140% chance of paralyzing the enemy. This unit is so stupid fun, and also she is not a support unit, which actually kind of hurts a little bit, because if she was support, then she would be able to get the support equip that Female Warriors has, which gets I believe it's +3 key damage, +3% key damage for each female warriors on the team. So she would have been getting even more key damage out of that at the perfect stance right there. But yeah. This unit is great because I used a Rising Rush with her, and the stupid enemy put in Broly thinking that Broly could tank Bulma with 2 Hoi Poi capsules, and she fucking destroyed Broly so badly.
That's incredible.
Yes, she's currently, I think, extremely... I think people are basically... This is what the idea is, and people are... No one's going to be actually using this Bulma because she's too random. But I think she's probably one of the most fun units out there. She's with Ribrianne joining into the game. I think, especially for my team, she replaces the old Bulma. But this new Bulma, which is basically like a counter to int types, which really helps against Broly. And let me tell you, every single person with a Broly will think that their Broly can handle Bulma. They can't. This is the part where they get completely destroyed. I think she's extremely solid for an EX. She doesn't reach the same levels as like Evil Boo or even Trunks, but I still think she's an extremely solid unit and also just really fun to use.
Yeah, I'm excited that I got her 20 minutes ago. I definitely have to try that out.
Also, her rocket launcher costs, I believe, around 31. It's a 31 when you fully dupe her out in the system.
Oh, it's not a 50 cost super? I didn't even see that.
No. It is 35, and then when you're fully done, it is 31.
You're right.
Her blast cards cost 20, They can go down to 17, and then when you minus 5, she gets around 12. Her key cards cost 12. So when you combine that together with the Hoi Poi capsule, she pays 11 and then gets a free blast card. It's basically you're basically paying for one a buff and just an actual blast card for the cost of using a regular blast card on a regular unit.
I can get behind
So
that. I like this character.
I think if you pull her, it's definitely worth trying her out and playing with her. I also cannot understate the giant fucking Yamcha in the background of her art that makes it look like she's staring on like. He looks like the Majin Buu from the Oob LR.
He does. He totally does.
He totally looks like I'm totally about to fucking get cut and I don't care. Live on in my memory, Bulma.
Totally looks that way. It's also funny because it's like Bulma is out here doing all the damage.
Oh, 100%. And also, this pose with her is very good. I just like this pose. It's very fun.
I'm a fan all around of this card. So how do you rate her?
Yeah, definitely. So after this is a rare instance of me actually taking the first step with a unit. So how do you feel about this unit right now on the large lady scale?
On the large lady scale, I'm going to give her a 4.5 out of 5.
I think that's fair. I think a 4 out of 5 is what I feel around for her too. Extremely fun. She's no B-Pan, but she has the makings of a B-Pan.
She has all the right moves to become a B-Pan one day.
Exactly. If only her Z ability was more than just blast attack and defense. Which, to be fair, I guess now that more units are actually need blast attack and defense, it's not that bad, but still, it could be better.
I can get behind that. So 4.5 out of 5. And that brings us to our last entry on the scale today. We're reverting it back to the big boy scale to talk about the Great Saiyaman. The original Great Saiyaman this time. Not
Saiyaman OG, not to be confused with the head wrap Saiyaman.
Correct.
Exactly. Pose strong Saiyaman.
His main ability is he draws a special move arts card next. Restores his ki by 50, so he draws a super and he gets the ki to do a super. Plus 30% to his damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. And then it enhances the next super attack used, and it gives it a 35% chance to inflict feint on hit. And that cannot be dispelled from him.
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
Wait, does that mean it goes past the Super Saiyan God armor?
No, it means that if Super Saiyan God did his super attack that takes away all the buffs, it won't take away that buff. But it won't break the armor.
Oh, okay. I see. Oh, good.
Next, the unique abilities. I like his name. It's the Lover of Justice. A 15% to damage inflicted per battle member when he enters the battlefield. So if he comes in and everyone's still alive, he gets 30% to his flat damage inflicted. And then he gets an additional 15% to his blast damage inflicted per tag transforming warrior battle members other than this character. I don't think there's too many of those. I lied.
Saiyaman 2, it's Ribrianne, it is Cooler, it is Bojack, and it is Janemba and Frieza.
Very weird set of... And it's funny because Saiyaman 2 counters half the characters in this fucking list, but... Yeah, okay, so you're not going to use too many transforming warriors with him other than Saiyaman 2. So, yeah. And then he has the same suit buff that Saiyaman 2 has, where he nullifies attribute downgrades up to 3 times to himself at the beginning of the battle, and he gets 30% to his ki recovery for 15 seconds when he enters the battlefield. That's not terrible. His super attack is the Justice Beam, which is a really good name. And then, and when it hits, it restores his own vanishing gauge by 20%, which that's very good.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very good.
Hey, that can be taught. It
can be taught. I guess. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, you still would want to give your dude the thing that gives feint, but still not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's still pretty good. And then his green card is that he randomly draws one new card and reduces the enemy's ki by 35. So he instantly draws another card, which is pretty good for Dragon Ball hunting. And when he uses it, he takes away 35 enemy ki, which is really good. I like this
Yeah, really
this
good.
stealing ki stuff between him and like who else was it? Bulma?
Bulma.
Yeah, I'm liking this.
Yeah, it plays a very dirty game of like, I don't need to destroy your cards if you can't use any of your cards. And since a lot of people are now running Blast, that could literally kill you.
Right, because
If
of
you
the
have
higher
the
cost
wrong unit
cards.
out, yeah, if you have the wrong unit out and you don't have a unit that has like lower cost blast cards, then you're basically fucked. There's like no coming back from that.
And they did something that Dokkan does not do. They acknowledged that Saiyaman is Gohan, so he got the Sun Family tag and the Hybrid Saiyan tag, which means that he can be used on those
Did not
teams,
get
and he gets
yeah.
Hybrid Saiyan equipment, which is good.
Did not give him the Gohan tag, which really sucks for using your trunks.
Yeah, no, he doesn't count as a Gohan. His tag for some reason is Great
No.
Saiyaman 1, which, fuck, whatever. Fine.
It could be anyone under that mask.
Nobody knows. All we know is that he's in Goku's family and he's a half Saiyan, but who he is, I have no clue.
Exactly. You never know how many women out there Goku's impregnating. The left and right. Just
All
read my
over the place.
fanfiction.
His Z ability at 5 stars, but he actually it doesn't matter if it goes up to 5 stars because it's a double buff right from the beginning, which is nice of them. He does
Mm-hmm.
22% at 1 star to Purple and Legend Road Blast Attack. They're slowly filling up this Legends Road team that no one's ever going to use.
Except for me.
Except for you, you're going to use
I'll
it
use
because
it.
Kid Goku is on it, even though he's just so bad.
I know. He's going to be a great bench unit, though.
Is he? What does he give? Strike attack?
Let me actually.
Strike and blast defense. So he's a double defense, which is really good. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. Like I said, great bench unit. Not good
Oh
in
my
actual
god,
use.
and he also buffs the new EX Bulma. Kid Goku does.
Yeah, because he has Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Now, if only they would actually release Dragon Ball units that actually buff Dragon Ball.
Yeah, is he the only one?
No.
Master
Master
Roshi also
Roshi.
does. Yep.
Yeah, and I want to say maybe Demon King Piccolo. He might actually
Nope.
be regeneration.
Demon King Piccolo is regen.
He's regeneration.
It's just Master Roshi and Kid Goku.
Great.
Good
Fantastic.
times. Good times. All right, so how do you feel about the Great Saiyaman?
Great Saiyaman. Really like his art. Really flowing. Just a lot of effects on it too. If you see that thing in animation.
Yeah, I really like it. I really like the Great Saiyaman in general. Just like the whole concept of Gohan becoming a superhero is cool. And I like the Kamen Rider helmet, and I like the JoJo Ginyu poses that he does. I like everything about the Great Saiyaman, I think. I'm giving him a 5 out of 5.
He's very good.
Yeah, I'm giving him a straight up 5 out of 5.
Yeah. Easy 5 out of 5. He is I would say the best just straight up Legends Road character. Because Trunks still needs Gohan to die to get his full potential. Great Saiyaman just needs to fucking flex on fools.
Yeah, Great
Saiyaman
wants his teammates to be alive, and he just shows up and he deals out some fucking justice.
Yeah, just pure justice. I actually kind of want to see that Turtles team where you just keep getting the green cards, and so you just constantly make them lose 35 ki as you randomly get a card.
That's pretty funny.
It'd be the most infuriating fucking team to fight. I would never want to fight them.
I'm totally building that now.
Go for it. That's a free one on me. So yeah, I'm gonna say this is a pretty good especially since compared to last week. It's a good addition to the big boy scale and the large lady scale.
Yeah, this has been a quality inclusion of all these characters. I'm very happy with all of them.
Oh yeah. There is only love for these characters.
Indeed. Much love indeed. All right, let's move on to the questions segment. We have not too many, just a few. The first one is, do the questions have to be about Legends? No, for future reference, they do not have to be about Legends.
No, they could be about anything. Honestly,
Just
they
whatever the
can
hell you
whatever
want
you
it to
feel
be.
like. Yeah. Look to my to the to be released questions where people ask us literally anything.
Just like, yeah, anything.
So go ahead. If for Legends Roadwork, send us your D3 questions, send us your Fantasia questions, send us whatever you got.
Second one from Mr. Eat Your Booty. He says, why did Jotaro become a marine biologist? Because I thought pussies hated water. Okay. That's less of a question and
Wow.
more of a statement, but that's a bold statement to make.
Can you form that in? Can you like change that to like Jeopardy style into a form of question? Why did Jotaro become a marine biologist? I thought pussies hated water. Question mark.
Yeah, you could do it that way. You could do it that way. Why not
Uh,
become a marine biologist? Dolphins are cool.
it's true. I mean, you look at Jotaro and you see a man who loves fish. You just kind of see it in his eyes. The way he kind of like floats. You know, though. Actually, if you think about Jotaro as a man, he is very fish-like. He just kind of moves forward like a shark, never stopping, or else he'll die.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that answer.
So there you go.
That's a good answer.
A Rocky, take it. Take that answer.
Next one from at Ignant. He says, do you think Legends will be able to heal the wounds that they've caused soon? Because honestly, making Ribrianne a top tier character should have been illegal. Go fuck yourself. Ribrianne's awesome.
Yeah, Ribrianne is the best thing to ever happen to Legends, as far as I'm concerned.
I agree. Holy shit.
How do you counter Dokkan releasing quite possibly the most stupidest card in the entire universe, and it's also two women of Universe 6? The answer is you give them some fucking love. Ribrianne.
Yeah, Universe 2, baby. Woo! Universe 2.
She is a big enough woman for all men in the universe. She'll take on all comers. It does not matter. She loves you regardless of who you are. Meanwhile, Khalifa would literally yell at your dick and then stomp on it. Chances are that's what I'll say she would do in a relationship. Kale is too timid, so that good luck with
Too
anything
timid,
that
and then
happening.
she turns into Broly. So you don't need any of that.
Oh, that'd be the worst, actually. Could you imagine trying to be like, all right, very gently, be like, okay, honey, whenever you're ready, I feel like we're going to be able to do this. And Kale says, okay, I think I'm ready. And then halfway into it, she turns into Broly.
Oh,
and
God.
then completely dominates and just Amazon presses you for the entirety.
Oh,
Some
no,
dudes
thank
would
you.
be into that, just like I. No, thank you. For me personally,
I'm not a fan.
that's a personal thing. Meanwhile, Ribrianne, she will gladly like give you a hug.
Yeah,
It's all good.
Ribrianne is into everything. Ribrianne doesn't kink shame. You name it, she's into it.
She's like, you want my two friends? They're already watching from inside the closet. Everything's good. Everything is love. Ribrianne is here. Never fear.
All love, all love. Next one is from at Marco96, and he says, so how much do you like Super Dragon Ball Heroes, and what are your favorite cards? Oh, God, I could do a whole second podcast episode about how much I love Super Dragon Ball Heroes.
Oh, we could totally just do an entire thing. I actually believe we do have a show in which we could talk nonstop about Dragon Ball Heroes.
We do, and we should just rebrand it into the Dragon Ball Heroes show, because I will talk about that every single week. There's not even weekly updates, and I will still talk about it every single week.
Stop, drop. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Superheroes Illegal Chop Show.
It is the superior Dragon Ball gacha, and before any of you in the comments are like, it's $60, other gachas are way more than $60.
Oh yeah, gachas are way more than $60. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you think Ribrianne's love is cheap? It is not. You have to either get lucky or pay out that fucking money.
Yeah, you better
tell
pay
that to
up.
D3, go watch his summon videos and tell me that he did not pay more than 60.
Yeah, no.
He did not pay more than 60
for fucking everything? Yeah, shut up. Don't complain. That shit's great.
Don't complain, dude. Come on. That's a dumb complaint.
That's an
That
extremely dumb
just
complaint.
shows that just shows how far Dragon Ball games have actually broken us in terms of gacha games.
Yeah, that we would rather spend a bunch of money on stones and get nothing than spend $60 one time and
Yeah.
get everything.
Exactly. It's like a strip club that says, yeah, admission is free, but then all the strippers cost upwards to $2,000, and meanwhile you could just pay a prostitute $30 and be done with it. Don't do any of that. Don't do anything of what I just said. But that's the way I see it.
It's hard to argue with that
Dragon Ball
logic.
Heroes.
And
Exactly.
what is your favorite card?
Oh fuck, dude. There's a Gene card. This is to show how good Dragon Ball Heroes is. It is the only Dragon Ball Gacha game with a Gene card.
I don't even know who Jean is.
It's the mother of Goku.
Oh, is that how you pronounce that, or is that how you pronounce that?
That's how I pronounce it. It's either Gene or Gene.
I thought it was.
I don't think it's Jin. Well, what is the vegetable she's based off of?
I don't actually know. Hang on.
So whatever vegetable she is, it kind of sounds like that.
Vaguely sounds like that.
Like how
I've heard Jean. I've heard not Jean. I've heard Gene and I've heard Gine.
Gine, that makes a little bit more sense. I don't think it's Jin because there's an E at the end. So Gine.
Yeah.
Janae, there you go. That's her name, Janae. So that's my favorite card.
Ginny.
The second
Ginny
one would
Weasley.
be the. Yes, exactly. It is the Goku and Aurelie card, the one that's Super Saiyan Blue Goku that summons an Aurelie.
Oh yeah, he does summon an Aurelie.
That's really good. What's your
Okay,
favorite?
so
Zen?
apparently her food pun is the spring onion that is pronounced negi. So maybe it is Gine.
G-
Gine.
Gine?
The negi is what her name pun is. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. Has it ever been? Was it
I have to
pronounced
watch the
in
Broly
the Broly movie?
where.
Yeah, I don't
That's what I was
remember.
about to say. She's in the Broly movie. If they don't say her name, what's the fucking point?
Yeah, I legitimately don't
There has to
remember.
be there has to be a point where someone says Bardockle, and then she goes her name, unless he literally just doesn't remember her
He
name.
just calls her woman. Not impossible.
Ah, woman, go get my son.
Go fetch my
Raditz?
child.
No, the good one. Well,
The one we
technically
like.
speaking, yeah, the one we like. I like both our kids. This is the problem with our marriage.
This is why it's not gonna work out. I
This
think
is
my
why
favorite
you're the
card.
reason why Planet Vegeta's blowing up.
I think my favorite cards, if I had to pick two, would be Berserk Goku. He's fucking awesome. And then Twitter is gonna fucking explode when I say this, but the Super Saiyan 4 Xenoverse Goku.
That is insane. I have seen you praise that Goku,
Yeah.
but I assumed that you were under some kind of like duress, like there was a gun pointed to your head. You were trying to tell us that
Yeah, that was my
something was
way of telling you
wrong.
guys that there was a problem. I just really
Blink
fucking like
once.
his super, and I really like his clothes. His form is still ugly,
I think that's
but I think because of the clothes, it counteracts the disgusting crap a little bit, just a little bit.
it hides the fact that most of his body is fur.
Yeah, because it's the same
Did he?
color as the clothes. So maybe in my head, I'm just like, that's just a long sleeve shirt, and it's not dumbass fur.
Yeah, I think that does definitely help go a long way to saving his dumbass design. But all right,
Oh, and I
sure.
also really
I
like
figured.
the Rage Trunks that's just in the black T-shirt. I don't know what his like abbreviated title is. I think it's just Trunks. But he's fucking cool. He's a 4-star from one of the packs. I don't know which one. But his super is the point blank Gallic gun, and he just gut punches you twice, and then he blasts you in the fucking face. It's great.
It's pretty good. That sounds like something that Vegeta would actually do, but actually never had the balls to do.
Had to inherit it.
Heard it here first. Yeah, there's a lot of good cards in Dragon Ball Heroes.
Indeed. Great game. Best game.
Mm-hmm. Go play it if you got $60 lying around.
For
And if you got
God's
$60
sake.
lying around and you tell me that Golden Week is coming, then you don't deserve that $60. So send it to my PayPal.
All right, the next one is from NortFX, the man Nort, and he says, "Who do you want to be the
Damn.
next voiced character on Pitter Patter Pop? Since you're the number one Pitter Patter Pop player in the world, I will let you answer first."
Well, first of all, I really do think that it's time for Pitter Patter Pop to stop screwing around and include a voice die. I think if they included die from Dragon Quest, it would go a long way. But if not him, then I'd probably want a Jonathan. Jonathan would definitely be.
Voice Jonathan launching the Sunlight Yellow Overdrive. It'd be pretty cool.
He actually just says, "I picked up a rock," and then the other one is Luck and Pluck.
All right. I can't even pick. Oh man, that would be such a great win quote if he just picks up the rock and he's like, "I can even pick up this
Yes.
rock." Man, that'd be awesome.
Hamon is so powerful. I can even pick up this rock, and then you can put him in like the little houses, and then he can show everyone his rock, and then you have different people reacting to the rock.
Oh man, the reactions
then
would
you
be good
have-
too because you can have him picking up the rock, and then you can have old Joseph doing like the "oh my god" face, like "holy shit, he's picking up that rock."
He's like, "That is the power of Hamon. That's why I need to switch back."
I need to ditch the stand. I need to get back into Hama.
It'd be perfect. But that's how I feel as the number one Peter Pat Pop player. It is either Die as a crossover, and the other one is Jonathan.
I respect that.
Uh,
Mine is
Mhm.
Part 3 Dio, big time. I really need him to fucking scream the world at me. Really bad.
Yeah, that's a very good one. I think it's actually kind of surprising to me that Dio has not gotten one yet.
Well, there's
but
only 2 so far,
I guess
and they're both in
I know there's
Vento
only.
Ario. So I guess it's because that's the
I want
currently
to say
airing
that
series.
a lot of JoJo before the anime came in and kind of like got it more popular was built over the fact of JoJo of what Dio screamed at people. So
Yeah, I feel like that was a lot of the mainstream popularity for JoJo pre-anime was just screaming Dio.
it was everything. It was Rai. It was it was Muda. It was everything that you could imagine.
Yep.
It was all Dio just speaking. All his catchphrases in essence. And I'm kind of surprised that they haven't done it yet, but I think it's just because, like you said, it's early goings.
Right.
So you can't start with a showstopper, otherwise you fucked up.
Yeah, specifically I want the Dio after he drinks Jonathan's blood and he just starts fucking screaming constantly. That's the Dio I need.
Yeah, that'd be a really good one.
All right, so let's see. Next one.
Respectable.
Zoroark Master 26. Aside from B-Pan, does GT have any redeeming qualities? And will any oob from Legends be exempt from the GT penalty?
If he has that Majin Buu in the background, yes. But otherwise, no.
The Mufasa Majin Buu?
Yes, if Legends comes out and has one of the most saddest goodbye, if they have Boo on one side going goodbye guys, and then on the other side a crying Hercule as he realizes that he's gone, then Legends Oob will be spared, but only if that happens.
That's fair.
Besides that, let me see. I really do like the look in terms of clothing of GT Kid Goku.
So
I
the
like
blue
that
gi
look.
with
I don't like it
the
when
yellow
he
pants.
Yeah, it's kind of a very basic color scheme, but I kind of think it looks good enough. He doesn't look like Gremlin Kid Goku from Dragon Ball, but it's kind of like he's kind of like, how original Kid Goku is Fat Pikachu, and then Kid Goku in GT is
he's
like
skinny
the more
modern
slim
Pikachu.
version.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fat
That's the
Pikachu is
way I
better
see it.
though, that's still.
And then the other redeeming thing about it is that screenshot in which Trunks is blowing Goku.
That is pretty good. The only redeeming thing about it for me is that I really like this Super Saiyan 4 Xenoverse Goku. So he retroactively improves GT slightly because he's cool.
Yeah. I will say another good thing about GT is the fact of how hard Dokkan had to go to make Super 17 work just for him to horribly, horribly become out of date very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then also the fact that they bent over backwards to make his fucking passive work in the game, because it did not used to work in the past, but they didn't give him big bad bosses because I guess he would be too OP.
That's a shame. That's a damn shame.
Yeah. And then they gave it to the SSR version instead.
Oh god.
So yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, again, we like to shit on. Actually, one of the greatest things about GT is the fact that I think it works both ways. I think it's a bad enough show that it's so bad that you could laugh at it, but then the people who genuinely find it good enjoy it. So it's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. I think there should be a good common ground over the fact. It's similar to, I guess, how enough people have come around to the idea of like, man, Phantom Menace is a shitty movie, but also I kind of like shitting on it.
Yeah, it's one of those things that like we're gonna shit on it, and it completely deserves it. But also, it's
Yeah,
like
and it's easy.
it's like when you see your sibling and you're like, haha, you little bitch, but then someone else picks on your sibling and you're like, hey, fuck you. Only I can do that. That's our relationship with GT. It's like we're endeared to it in its shittiness.
Yes, and the people who genuinely enjoy it go with God. I can't go that far, but I do think it's a very good show. It is laughably bad, which is
Ribrianne
good.
accepts
That's the
all
good.
love. Ribrianne accepts all love.
Mhm. Exactly, Ribrianne. Let me tell you right now, Ribrianne would give love to GT. GT would not
Exactly.
love Ribrianne back because it's edgy and 90s, but Ribrianne would not give a shit. She would give them. She would throw up the hearts and go, hell yeah.
This is for you, GT. Heart City.
Heart City. Let me show you my titty shake real quick.
Let me show you my jiggle physics dance.
And then you know what? I would actually love a Dragon Ball Heroes crossover of Ribrianne and the Power Brothers. Her squad team up.
Oh god, yeah. Are you kidding me? Hell yeah. I need
I
that in
would
my
love
life.
that. I would need it 100%. Feed that shit directly into my vein.
Oh god. All right, so the next one is actually a Dokkan question. Do you want to answer it or do you want to save it
Whoa.
for to be released?
You know what? Let's humor them.
Okay.
I will allow it. One Dokkan question allowed.
All right. It is from at ANI Annie Gogeta. He says, "What do you think of LR Caulifla and Kale? Do you think that there was ever a bigger power creep than them in Dokkan?"
I still think Gogeta is the biggest power creep in all of Dokkan
You
history.
mean the 1 year anniversary
And
original Gogeta, right?
yes, the original Gogeta, you cannot shake the fact that the entire game changed. You cannot look away from the fact that the only reason that the leader meta exists is because Gogeta came out with +3 key and gave it to everyone, and everyone was like, why don't we always just run 3 key? 3 key became the standard because of Gogeta. Like, his power, before him, it was just like 3 key and then to one specific type. And then that's basically what you have now, is that the new category metas are what Gogeta did back in the day, but with a slightly more thought put into them.
Yeah, pretty much. It feels like ever since Gogeta came out, all the game did was just keep improving upon what he did. It it almost feels like the
Yes.
game never got original again after that. Because they never you can't move out of literally makes your entire team super all the time. You can't switch to something else and have people go like, "Well, this is also good, I guess." Like no one's going to fucking use it. It
There is no one else. And then if there were gonna be three, I would probably say them, Gogeta, and then Super Vegito. Not Super Vegito. Super Saiyan Vegito.
That's
Am I
Super
saying that
Vegeta.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. You're talking the AGL
Super
one that
Vegito.
all of a sudden made every single event worthless.
Yes. That's the idea, basically. It's the idea, and this is why I feel like kind of you're getting a little bit of diminished returns with them. Is that you already could do that. It wasn't that hard to do it. The only difference is that, and then so it's like what Goresh says. Now the the event you used to beat with 3 million overkill can now be beat with 5 million overkill. Nothing really changed.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, yeah, I
The
agree.
number got bigger.
Yeah, here's my take on it.
The part that makes them actually feel kind of crazy is the fact that they just do. It's the fact that it stacks, and also that they also dodge, and that they release two LRs that start off with 20% attack. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
How are Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta okay? Considering that they have to start from a base level of nothing, while LR Super Saiyan I was about to call them Super Saiyan 4s. LR Super Saiyan 2 Kale and Caulifla do what they do immediately and only become stronger thereafter.
yeah, it's not
That's
the most fair thing ever. Man, did
no.
those Super
That's the
Saiyan
part
4
where it's
LRs
like,
get nuked pretty fast?
yeah. So the one thing that I think will always be kind of a weird detriment is the fact that, and it's why they're so niche, but their niche is so strong that you have to kind of respect it. But the fact that they're on joint forces and that they can only ever have those categories are what's going to kind of stop them from, I don't know, eventually one day something stronger will come out and they won't be allowed on that team because they are limited to being one super agility and then also being joined forces, pure saiyans, and peachy peachy gals,
Yeah.
and that's all they can be.
Not that Pure
And
Saiyans is
Universe
a bad
6.
team to be.
No, it's not. Pure saiyans will always be good, but I don't know. We'll definitely have more thoughts on it on to be released.
Yeah.
I'm preparing a statement that will
An
fully
official statement?
100%. Yeah. Once I say this statement, people will understand. Like, a lot of people right now are preparing their statement. You got D3 making videos. You got Goresh making videos. You got everyone and their moms. This is the number one statement that after it's said, it's done. The discussion will be killed.
So here is my take on it. I think there's multiple
Yeah.
kinds of power creep in a game like Dokkan. So, has there ever been power creep that is bigger from them in comparison to everybody else in the cast? No. I think that they are the biggest power creep in terms of just how bad they fucked all the other units in the game. But then with Gogeta, I don't think any unit has ever changed the game as much as he has. Because, like we said,
Mm-hmm.
the game has basically never changed since he came out. Everyone just is Gogeta but better now, basically. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and then I think no unit has ever come out and trivialized the game's content as badly as Super Vegito did in comparison to his release and what was available. Because like there's harder stuff now, and Khalifa and Kale are still super dumb, but I imagine that you're not gonna take them and a team of N units into Super Battle Road and win without using anything, even one time. You know,
Yeah.
you're just not gonna do it.
Yeah.
When Super Vegito came out, there's just nobody before or after that has literally completely ruined the entire game. The entire PvE system of the game was just fucked by Vegito, and you just couldn't do anything to make it hard anymore. And it took people a long
Yeah.
time to accept that. Nobody ever wanted to think that, but you just couldn't fucking do it.
No, we had to make people. I had to literally beat Beerus with Super Saiyan God agility on the team to show people, like, by the way, I beat Beerus with the type advantage disadvantage team with a fucking free to play Weiss, whatever you say his name, and Super Saiyan God. You guys need to accept the fact that Gogeta meta is dead.
Yeah, Gogeta meta is finally dead. It's Vegito's time to shine now. So yeah, that's my take
Mm-hmm.
on it. So yes and no is my answer.
Yeah. Also, Super Vegeta was so strong. That is the reason why physical Gotenks was not buffed, because physical Gotenks could super seal.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was the reason why they were so afraid. And also, Super Vegeta is still the reason why Agility does not have a fucking sealer.
Yeah, they're never
Because
gonna get
the
one.
fucking counters.
They're never gonna
They
get
never
one.
got one.
It
No,
is never gonna
they
happen.
eventually got one with fucking. It was, you have to run TUR Kid Goku or LR Rayleigh, but only use their first key. That is the only super sealer on Agility.
Oh, so you can't use the 18 key?
No, if you want to seal the super, you have to use their 12, which is very tough actually. You have to actively try and not get the 18 key super with them. So there you go. I hope that answers your question.
All right. Let's see. Next is from uh, Project Ascension. I think that's what it's supposed to say. And he says, "What if you wanted to go to heaven, but God said, I personally don't see the problem."
God said what?
God said, I personally don't see the problem.
I
Yeah,
would
I got
say
nothing for that.
God. Yeah, God, what are you trying to say to me? Is God trying to debate me? Is he trying to destroy me with facts and logic? Is
he
this
wants
where
to
this
get
is
you in
going?
GC to debate right now. Yeah.
Is God trying to tell me that evolution doesn't exist? Because I can't. I kind of don't have a leg to stand on if I'm talking to God.
Yeah. All right.
God,
Next
could you
one is.
actually imagine trying to debate evolution with God?
Look at all these scientific reasons that he's there, and God's like, yeah, tell me more. Yeah.
Tell me more about my almighty design. I literally think we should stop calling it that. I think evidence for what I'm saying, Lord, is I don't think you did everything as you said. I think you just kind of set up the dominoes and the dominoes fell over. Your almighty grace.
Your Holiness.
Hmm.
All right. The next one is from
Any more questions?
Dmajin2.
Oh, yeah.
He says, "What could Legends do for the anniversary to save the game?" I think Ribrianne already saved the game.
Yeah, Ribrianne has already saved Legends. You could release the other two Ribrianne Squadron, and then they can buff Transforming Warrior, and then you can run Ribrianne, her two buddies, Saiyaman 2 and Saiyaman, all in one team.
That's quality. I need this. I just want them to buff Ribrianne
That's a
forever.
never-ending buffs. Are you kidding me? Ribrianne is already in one of the greatest meta teams with female warriors. We're only on volume 2.
I'm so glad that girl warriors are good in Legends.
Yeah, it's not like Dokkan where it took them releasing an LR that broke the game for them to be good.
Yeah, pretty much. And even then, it's just them. It's not like girls are good. It's just that those two are good.
No. It's just literally those two, and then their other two forms are good, and then all the other girls go, hey.
Yeah, all the other girls are like, really? We can't even. The fake LR,
No.
the box trophy. Look at these ladies LR is just like, are you fucking kidding me? We can't even be playable,
Bulma,
and
get
they can
in
get
with your
this shit.
Bulma is allowed because she gives 40% attack. She's the only one allowed in. But yeah, there you go. More Ribrianne units.
For God's
Ribrianne
sake,
EX
more
coming
Ribrianne.
soon. Exactly. More love.
Always more love. And then the last one is from @Imanol_try. And he says, if you were building your ideal gacha game, what aspects from Legends would you take into consideration? It's actually a really good
Skip
question in
tickets.
comparison to most of the ones that get skip tickets. Yes, big time skip tickets.
Big time.
Yeah. Let's see. Skip tickets.
Make waifus strong.
Yeah.
That's the second one I would
Yeah.
take.
Make ladies strong. And I don't know on short notice. This is a hard question to answer without some pre-thought because I don't even know what my ideal gacha game would
Ribrianne.
be. Yeah, Ribrianne would of course be in it.
Bring her in. She
Daily discounted
die
single
would be
pulse I think is a good thing.
Yeah. Oh, that is actually very nice.
Yeah.
It's very good. Step up banners, which I think do exist in other places, but I would at any time there's a step up banner, it's good.
Yeah, I agree.
The way they do tags is pretty good too. I think they're one of the pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
They don't have.
Mm-hmm. I like it because they have a decent amount of them, but they're not stingy with them like Dokkan, where people aren't getting them for just seemingly no reason.
Like, for example, that Ribrianne shares the same category as Cooler in Transforming Warrior.
Exactly.
But yeah, this one might actually take a little bit more thought to put into. But that's my gut is right going in there is the strong female warriors, and it is also skip tickets. Skip tickets are a huge thing for getting in.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, there you go. I don't have a very good answer for that because that was very short notice for a really. I'm used to these questions being memes, and that was a really quality
It's
question.
true. Well, that's half my fault. Is that all the to-be released questions are mean?
Well, all right, guys. Thank you for watching another episode of Legends Roadwork. Support the large lady scale. Hashtag kaiju chicks. All kaiju chicks.
All kaiju chicks, yes. Hashtag all kaiju chicks.
Mm-hmm.
Big love.
And we will see you guys on the next one where we talk about units that are less interesting than Ribrianne.
It's true. It's unfortunate. We're gonna talk about fucking Metal Cooler and original ass Broly. Fuck that.
That nobody likes. Yeah, that's what we want to fucking talk about. Vintage Broly.
Get ready. Get ready to get angry at that one.
All right,
He's
everybody.
already
Good
starting
night.
it. Good night.